Oh my word. Are you guys still around? Because I think my power went out. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. Let me look and see if I'm still alive. Okay. Just so you guys know, I had a power out. So, like, seriously. Oh. Upper, lower. Okay. Oh yeah, I had a power out, y'all. Hopefully you can see. Can you see this? Somebody please let me know if you are able to see me so I can fix whatever. I am so I'm smiling so hard. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh. Oh, bacon. Oh my goodness. Hopefully it's not my internet. Oh. How freaky. How freaky can it be? Had a power out. I need to figure out a way to get the message to you. Here. Let me put this over here. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh. There's a power outage. Oh my gosh. Oops. Oh, I can't tell. Let me look at the stream. Okay, so it says my stream. Oh no, my stream started over. Snaps. Okay, let me get rid of this then. Oh, I'm so sorry. 0 watching. Hi. No. Oh. Show chat. I am so sorry, y'all. My power went out. Pop out chat. Oh. Can't see. It's frozen. Keeps freezing. Okay, I'm back. I had a power outage. Like the power just died. And it was only for like 20 seconds that the power went out. But I just know that it either freezed or something. Let me make that bigger so you can see. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, I had a power outage. Crazy. Yeah, it was frozen. Oh, yeah, there was a power outage just now. Like, the power went out. Everything shut down. I'm so sorry. It's super windy where I live, and I knew that was going to happen. When the wind gets like this, sometimes the power goes out. Kind of feels like I was in North Korea. No. It wasn't my grill. It was the power. It's, like I said, it's super windy outside. And high winds will cause power outages. Okay, I gotta turn this over. But I'm so sorry about it. I know there's nothing I could do about it, but... Oh, bye, Fit. You know what? Because of the power outage, my original live stream ended and then a new one started. So the, yeah, power outage, Aurora. There was a power outage about a couple minutes ago. So my live stream's going to be really dorked up. There'll probably be two. It'll look like there's two when there really was one. Okay, take care, Fit. Do some... Make them guns bigger. Maybe it'll motivate me to go to the gym. I hate going to the gym. Turn it off and back on the whole thing. Okay, I can stop the stream and then restart it. If that's what you... I'll do it. Okay, so I'm going to stop the stream really quick. And then restart it. Something's weird, y'all. This is weird. This is really weird. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh. I can do something, but I can't do nothing about power outages. Extreme delay. I know, I can't do anything about it. Elapsed time. It's probably from my country. He can't do anything. It's nothing he can... What are you eating? Hi, April. I'm eating Okonomiyaki, which is a Japanese pancake. It's a savory pancake. Uh-oh. I forgot to put the timer on this, so let's go with 2.5 minutes. Oh, I'm so sorry about the comments. I can't. This time it's most likely my end. Here. Here, let me type something. Okay. Okay. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know. Apologies for the tech issues. I can't do anything. I'm so sorry. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. I can't do anything about the power outage. Just got back on. Hello, Cassandra. I'm so sorry, everyone. This was not the best day to do a live stream because of the wind. I don't know if you can hear the howling of the wind right now, but it's really, really bad outside. Okay. Let's let that cook just a little bit longer. Okay. I know, Aurora. And it's hard for me to tell if it's back on or not because when I go to the actual internet and I look and it still says it's live, but I noticed that the timer, it has been reset to 0. And I've been live for over an hour. Bye, Esmeralda. I'll see you again. Oh. Okay. So my next mukbang is going to be on Monday. I don't know what I'm going to be eating. But be sure to tune in. On Sunday, there's the presidential debate. Let me get this off the griddle. So, I'm going to watch the presidential debate, and I guess I'll talk about it. Oh, yeah. Okay, bottom. That's the lower. We go warm. We're going to stop this. Okay. It was only for like 30 seconds, but it was enough to disrupt my live stream. Yeah. I'm eating okonomiyaki. It's a Japanese pancake. Here's one right here. This is the leftovers. Let me put one on my plate. So, there's the Japanese pancake. Let me unplug this. Sorry. I needed to unplug this griddle here. Okay. What's in it? I used instead of regular flour, I used a gluten-free flour mix from Bisquick. And then, where's that? What? Oh, that's hot. Oh man, that's hot. Okay. So this right here, there's a link in it should be a link in the description box. You love when? Oh, it's slightly delayed now. Yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. I know it's ruining my mukbang. Stupid wind. But if it isn't the wind, it's a rainstorm for places where it actually rains. Doesn't rain where I live. The rain gods hate the area I live in. I just know that's the reason. Anyway. I forgot what I was going to talk about. What was I saying? I was so busy putting this barbecue sauce on my Japanese pancake. Alright. Oh, I should have cooked the last of this bacon, but I'll just put it in the refrigerator. What was I saying? Oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. All of this, and it happens during my live cooking mukbang. But if you want to know more about okonomiyaki, if you go to the description box, I left a link to the video that the recipe that I used. Yes, I'm watching the presidential debate. I wish there was a third-party candidate that was allowed to participate in the presidential debates, but the committee, I forgot what it's called, you have to meet 3 criteria in order to participate in the presidential debates, and 2 of the third-party candidates, they didn't meet that 3rd criteria. So they're not allowed to participate, which sucks, because I feel like if you're going to be on the ballot box for voting, then you should be participating in the presidential debate. But, there's cabbage in this. And there's pureed, some kind of pureed root vegetable. That's what this is right here. You can't even see it. But if you watch that cooking video, okonomiyaki, I used the recipe from Just One Cookbook's channel. So if you watch that, you'll get to see everything I put in this pancake. I thought about putting shrimp in it, but my mayo is getting runny. Oh, it's irritating me. But that's okay. It still tastes good. Green onion. Let me see what about. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm okay. How many meals do I eat every day? I eat 1 big meal nowadays just because I'm not active enough, and that's fine for me. I might take an apple or a piece of fruit to eat at work, but on mukbang days, this is all I eat, is what I cook. Cause I'm not trying to gain a whole bunch of weight. I've gained like 15 pounds since I've started filming mukbangs. And I like to maintain my weight. You finally got rain? I'm okay. My finger, it was just hot. No, my okonomiyaki recipe is from Just One Cookbook. Hi, Nolan. How's Florida, right? You're in Florida? I want to say you're in Florida. It might be somebody else. Maybe it's a Neil that I was talking to. I don't know. But no, whoever runs Just One Cookbook, the channel, her name is Namiko Chin. And her recipes seem the easiest to follow. I should try some of this pineapple rice wine. I don't care much for Thai food. Thai food has some of the ingredients to the food, like peanut oil. I can't have anything cooked in peanut oil because I'm allergic to peanuts. And then, of course, I hate warm coconut milk. So when I do eat Thai food, I only eat... What does this stuff taste like? I only eat pad Thai. That's the only thing in a Thai restaurant that I'll eat. Oh, ooh, okay, look. This is a Korean rice wine with pineapple flavor. And it smells just like pineapple. Do I like Hillary or Trump more? You know, that's a hard question. I honestly did not think Trump would ever clinch the Republican nomination. And I can honestly say I don't like Hillary. I was totally shocked by that. I didn't take his run for the bid of presidency seriously. I just kind of laughed it off. I'm like, he's not gonna get the Republican nomination. No flippin' way. And then he did. So that shocked me. See, hi, John. I am a registered independent, okay? So I show no loyalty to Republicans or Democrats. Totally independent. So I can't vote in the primaries. And I can't vote for, in the primaries, you can only vote for the candidate of your party. And since I'm registered independent, I was unable to influence the Republican or Democrat decision when it came to who got that nomination. It just wasn't going to happen. So, yeah, I was totally shocked. I didn't think Donald Trump would get the nomination. And it's a crapshoot as to who is going to win. It's going to be Hillary or Trump. The third party candidates don't have a chance. Michigan. Oh, I'm sorry. See? Okay, the wake's coming. It was nice that you stopped in. I'm very active, but my mom doesn't let me eat that much. Oh, yeah, my portion sizes. Hi, Natalia. It tastes just like pineapple, but with a alcoholic kind of. It tastes like pineapple juice, but with an alcohol kind of. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think I've done at least 2 or 3 Chipotle videos. The first one was just me eating. I didn't really pay attention to the camera. I was just eating. So, I wasn't an official mukbanger with that video. And then when let me see here. Okay, Jamie, I'll see you on Monday. Okay, Aurora, you're the one that lives in Florida. Okay. I could have sworn there was someone else who lived in Florida. Oh, excuse me. I'm so burpy. I feel like I'm burping in your faces. I'm so sorry. This pineapple rice wine is much better than this Beringer Moscato. It actually tastes really good. It would taste even better if it was cold. Why don't you like Hillary? How can I put how do I explain this? I'm more of a social conservative. So I swing more conservative on the political scale than I do liberal. And that's going to be really surprising for some folks, because most black folks are very, very liberal. But in my opinion, liberalism doesn't work, especially for the black community. They have been drowning in liberalism, and it has not worked for them yet. So but then there's a thing that, for me, I don't think now is the time for a woman president. We are dealing, it's a more modern age, but we're dealing with a lot of countries that have an old-fashioned view of the world. And they're very alpha male dominated, and there's just a lot of countries that just don't respect women as equal to men. So in that regards, and this is kind of based on my experience when I was in the military, because there was a lot of men in the military who just wouldn't respect women in leadership positions. Like, I saw women colonels and women generals, but they generally had to go to extremes to get their male subordinates to respect the position that they were in, to respect their rank and their position. And that's one of the reasons why, if someone were to say, well, who's the most dangerous, Hillary or Trump, in regards to pushing that red button and starting a nuclear war, I would say Hillary Clinton is. Because just because, let's say she does win the White House, there's men in other countries who's not going to respect the position that she's in as the president of the United States. And she's going to go to extremes to prove her leadership and her authority. And I'm just like, And it's not that I don't feel like a woman can lead. It's not the women, it's the men of the world that I just don't think are ready for that. Oh. I hate the one you had your hair down. It's someone who is a registered in, well, you live in are you registered to vote, Aurora? And if you are, then you would know what I'm talking about. Do you vote at all? Because like I said, in the primaries, you can only vote for the candidate who's trying to get the nomination to run for president. Okay? And since I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, I couldn't vote for my favorite Republican out of all the Republicans, nor could I, of course, there was just Hillary and Bernie. Neither one of them appealed to my senses. Okay, I hated Bernie. I hated everything he stood for. I had no desire to see him run for president, and I'm glad he didn't get it. But now it's like, out of the three top people, which was Trump, Hillary, and Bernie, I hated all three. I mean, it's just like, oh, shoot me. Just shoot me. Yeah. I have 3 brothers and 1 babysitter. I'm used to people burping. Oh, good. They have ghetto and... oh. It's just... No. Let me finish dressing up my little pancake here. All right, the fun part. The tuna flakes, which I don't think they're going to shrivel up now. Oh, they are going to move. Look, they kind of move when you can't even see it because the color of the screen washes this out. This is dried tuna that I'm sprinkling on top. That's actually pretty good. I could eat this by itself. See, look at that. Dried tuna. Not for the vegan. All right. So I got this. Let me get some more of this. This pineapple wine is so delicious. Get some more of that. Oh, and by the way, no drinking for those who are under the age of 21. I do not advocate underage drinking. Drink responsibly, by the way. No drinking and driving. Hi, Language Victoria. How are you? It's been a while. How about to go to watch Law and Order, start a new job, and it's daytime, so gotta sleep at night these days. Oh, I love you too. I've been watching your videos. When you post them, you're not very regular at posting. You ate some kind of pea chip, and I'm like, that sounds like a nightmare. I'm not really good on processed foods. But yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah, and you know what? Oh, the Middle East hates America, period. Everything that we do here is against their... When religion is the law of your land, then America, you're going to hate it. Because, you know, I used to read the Quran on my channel. And I personally don't think either one, Hillary or Trump, are realistic about how to deal with ISIS and stuff like that. Neither one of them have realistic ideas. I mean, a lot of people got super angry with Trump, and when he said he would institute a temporary ban on Muslim immigration to the United States, he got a lot of flack for that. And I've read the Quran. I'm actually not in disagreement with that. Because look at what's happening in Europe. They're like, oh, all you weary folks come hither, and now they're having to deal with terrorist attacks, and you can't vet them enough. I mean, it's just what it is. Yeah. Okay. So, Aurora, that's why you don't understand what I mean by I'm a registered independent. Yeah, if you've never voted in the U.S. election process, you don't understand what I'm talking about. I've actually learned a lot more this year about our voting process here in the United States than I ever had in any other election. Yes, the pancake is good, and you should try the recipe. This is good. That bacon, I'm telling you, I don't think it would be as good without the bacon, but the bacon makes it taste amazing. Well, Cassandra, take this right, for instance. In reality, wine is nothing more than fermented fruit. Not that I'm saying it's okay to drink alcohol, but since you're only in 7th grade, when you're able to take your first sip of alcohol, you're going to be like, man, this is nasty. You have to develop a taste for it. And what I mean by that, you just have to drink. You know what I mean? It's hard to explain. Have you ever had NyQuil? Because that's exactly what drinking alcohol is like. It's like NyQuil. Most people don't necessarily drink for the flavor. They drink for the effect that it gives them. I am flavor all the way. If it doesn't taste good, I don't want to drink it. NyQuil does not taste good. It doesn't taste good at all. Yeah. Slippery slope there. I mean, you're only in 7th grade, so... Well, there's a lot of folks not like ISIS, but the thing that you have in common with ISIS is that you're Muslim. That's you can distance yourself as much as you want, but the Quran says what it says. I read that book from cover to cover. It's not a good deal. Mm. 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 I hate talking about religion, but Islam, out of the 3 major religions of the world, when you talk in terms of Judaism, Christianity, Islam is the youngest, and yet it has the most archaic practices of all the 3 religions. It should be the most progressive, the most modern, and yet it is the most old-fashioned, and it's... Man, I'm telling... Oh. And you're right, Aurora. When you look at the status of women in Middle Eastern countries, the ones that grow up... Hi, Kyle. Okay, so I cooked okonomiyaki, Kyle, and it's good. We had a power outage, so you're on the second half of my mukbang if it had to restart itself. We're kind of talking about the U.S. presidential election and how people should watch the presidential debate this Sunday, because I'm going to talk about the debate on Monday's mukbang. No, this wine right here is actually really good. It tastes like pineapple, but it has a slightly alcohol. You can tell it's alcoholic. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I like the green NyQuil better than the red one. So when I buy NyQuil, I only buy the green because it tastes less bad. They both are awful, but the green one is less bad than the red one. Mm. Mm. Yes, Fabio. That's what I was like. Alcohol in general doesn't taste good. You have to drink until you like it. You know what I mean? And most of the time you're drinking for the effect that it gives you and not necessarily for the taste. But if I can find alcohol that tastes good, it's like a bonus. It's like, yeah, it tastes good and it gives me that. I can chill, you know? Chill. Oh, I don't hate you, hon. Oh, no, I don't have any hate. Mm-mm. No. I have no hate for individuals who are Muslim. But I do have to say, I do not favor your religion. And there's a difference. It wasn't the actions of Muslims that kind of... It wasn't the actions of Muslims. It's what the religion teaches. And I actually read. You know, I like to read stuff. I like to learn on my own. And I find a lot of things in the Quran very questionable. And then when you see how Muslims in Muslim countries choose to live, then you're just like, what the hell's going on? Like, I understand there are Muslims who leave Middle Eastern countries to get away from the craziness. But that they don't understand is that they're bringing with they're bringing the religion with them, and that is part of the problem. Yeah, I mean, I went to Afghanistan and I came back from Afghanistan. I didn't have any ill feelings towards Muslims. It's not until I opened the Quran that I'm like, what the hell? Whoa. And to me, it's just like, no wonder why the Middle East is so screwed up. This is what they believe. And it's like, wow. Yeah, it's it's just bizarre. Yeah, it's the youngest of the religion, and yet it has the most old-fashioned practices. And it doesn't make any sense. It should be the most progressive, but it isn't. I can honestly say I never want to live in a world where Muslims are the majority. Because if you look at a lot of Muslim countries today, they didn't start off Muslim. But this is good. Pineapple flavored rice wine. Very, very good. I would buy this again. Pineapple. That is very, very good. Hinduism is longer. Oh. You have to, at some point, you just have to look at the religion itself and say, well, clearly this is really the issue. Oh, you don't have to leave. I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. You talk about religion and people get really sensitive. They only want to hear you say positive things, but in all honesty, it's not the people, it's the actual religion that I can't say anything good about. I mean, I just don't feel good about it. Oh, I'm sorry. You gotta do what you gotta do, hun. It's not gonna change my opinion. See what I mean? Politics and religion are topics that you should but you should be able to express your opinions without people getting upset. I don't know what to say. I have read the Quran, and I do intend on reading the other two books in that religious series so that I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, look, your religion is corrupt. I'm not afraid to tell someone that. I know they're going to get sensitive and, oh, you hate me. I don't hate you, but I do question what you believe. I don't... People only want to hear you say nice things, but, I mean, the truth is, I can't say anything nice about it. Look, you literally see me on camera reading the Quran. There's nothing good about Islam. That's just how I feel. Oh. Unfortunately, because of the presidential debates, that's going to get brought up as a topic. And like I said, I don't think either one of the candidates has a realistic idea about what to do about the Middle East and ISIS. Yeah. You can't avoid it. It's the topic of the next presidential election. No, I cannot speak a lick of Korean. The few sentences I knew how to speak that I learned how to speak when I was in South Korea, I have completely forgot. If you don't use something, you will lose it. I have the equivalent. In theory, I should be fluent in Spanish because I took, between high school and college, I took 6 years of Spanish. I can read Spanish, I can write Spanish, but I can't converse in the language. And I can somewhat understand what someone's saying to me, but actually speak Spanish is not going to happen. And I live in California. Yeah, but you can't. I mean, people only want to hear good things. But I base my opinion of the religion on the actual book and not the people. Because I came from Afghanistan. I didn't have a care in the world when it came to Muslims. It wasn't until I actually opened the Quran and started reading it and I said, what the hell? Yeah, the idea of opening our borders and letting tons of Syrian refugees into our country just scares the crap out of me. You know what? But that's most people. That's actually people in general. It's not her age. They only want to hear you say good things about stuff. And it is touchy because you want to feel like you want to defend. But you can try to defend Islam against me and I'll just go get my Quran, the 2 translations that I have, and I'll point to what is problematic about it. You stop spamming and I'm not upset. Who's spamming? But yeah. Okay, stop it. Aurora, Cassandra, stop it. Stop it. You're giving me heartburn. Where's my water? My mouth is dry. Oh. And I gotta clean the kitchen after I'm done with this. Oh, cleaning the kitchen makes me depressed. It's so messy. You only get to see this little... What does OMI mean? Oh my... So you used to speak Italian, Fabio? I was shocked at how close Italian and Spanish were to each other. I never took Italian, but I do have Italian language books upstairs because I had a desire to learn to speak Italian because when I was in the military, I thought I was going to go to Italy. Aurora, stop it. I barely speak fluent English. And I definitely don't speak the Queen's English. But you know what? After working with British soldiers and British civilians in Afghanistan, I can spell the Queen's English better than British people. This British civilian that I worked with, he asked me, how do you spell psychology? So I spelled it for them. Of course, psychology is spelled with P. And they laughed at me. They're like, P? P-S-Y? You know, with their British accents. And I looked at them. That's exactly how you spell. So you start psychology with a P. I can't explain it, but that's the Queen's English for you. English accent. You did Spanish as a freshman in high school? I don't remember it either. I started Spanish as a sophomore in high school, and then I ended, I want to say, my sophomore year in college. And like I said, I can't speak a lick. But I can read it, and I can watch telenovelas and understand what they're saying. Sort of. I can understand 40% of what they say. So less than half, but tragedy. I'm unilingual, basically. You have the bilinguals, I'm unilingual. I only speak English, and it's American English that I speak. Oh, I learned that it's not what you say, it's how you say it that comes as less offensive. But I don't think avoiding the topic of religion is going to solve anything. So that's why I say, no, we need to open the discussion table. We need to, our leaders, the people who are running for the President of the United States, actually need to sit down and read the Quran. They need to read the Hadith. They need to read the Surah. They need to read those books to really understand what they need to do in regards to terrorism and Muslim immigration. They really do. You don't just, that's how you deal with things realistically. You deal with it, you learn, and that's the only way you can solve a problem, is really understanding it. Because if someone keeps telling me one more time that Islam is the religion of peace, I'm going to scream. I am not getting religion of peace from the Quran, and that is why I stand on my opinion based on what I've read in the Quran, and not on the actions of people involved in ISIS and whatever else. That is how I speak, and exactly, you have to educate yourself. But oh, thank you. I speak very well. But the Defense Information School said I had a terrible accent and I would make a terrible radio DJ. I call BS on that. I was a radio DJ when I was in the Army. That was my job, broadcast journalist. And I worked in TV and radio. I hated being a morning radio DJ because I'm not a morning person, even though I work graveyards now. If I did it now, I would be fine being on the radio at 4 o'clock in the morning, but not back then. I hated getting up before the sun rose. Now I can't stand being awake when the sun is out. But, I'm still awake now. No, you don't speak the Queen's English and you don't know how to spell it. They certainly do not know how to spell it. Oh my goodness. The fact that they laughed at me and made fun of me for spelling psychology with a P, and I'm like, that's how you spell it though. No, you're not required to speak. I had very little interaction with the locals. There were some Afghanis who worked on the camp that I lived at. And I'm going to be very honest. The whole time I was there, I only met 2 or 3 Afghani women the whole time I was in Afghanistan. And the military was actually desperate for female medics because with Afghani culture, I don't know, Afghani culture, the women can't be treated by male medics. And if they are, they can't go back to their village. Their village won't accept them back in. So if there's like a suicide bomb and people are injured, and let's say a woman is injured, and she gets treated by an American male medic, they'll consider her unclean and she can't go back to her village. So, in a sense, trying to save a woman's life in Afghanistan is a death sentence, because she can't survive without her village, her community, her family. So they're really desperate for female medics, and I'm not a medic though. I don't like being around sick people. Even though when I was there, I didn't work as a journalist. I worked as a military liaison at Kabul International Airport. So all the American military aircraft that came in, they would see my face and I would help the pilots. Is there anything? Do you need fuel for your aircraft? Is there a dignitary? Is there an important person on your aircraft? Do you need food? Do you need housing? I was the person that they turned to when they needed that kind of stuff. So that's what I did like the first month I was there. And then I went to another job in Afghanistan. But yeah, it was there was one American airplane that landed, and it had victims of a suicide bomb, and they were Afghani locals, and one of the guys, they thought he was dead. So he was on the stretcher. They had his body covered with a wool blanket. And they're like, oh, this guy is dead. We don't need an ambulance for him. And then I saw movement. I saw him move. I'm like, oh my goodness. I thought you said he was dead. So I pulled. He was a bloody mess. He was just, oh my gosh. And he was still alive. And so I had to call a medic. I had to get the ambulance to the airport. That was what I did. And, yeah, I saw some things that some people probably wouldn't be able to handle, but it was just, Ugh. Oh, I have a radio voice. What other inhumane crimes were there? You only speak Southern English? You know what? I can't speak on homosexuality and Middle Eastern countries, but if you want to know all about that, it's not hard to Google a country and their stance on homosexuality. I mean, go for it. That's what the internet's for. But, the gay folks here in America, I'm like, well, you need to move to the Middle East and see how you get treated there. Because I'm quite sure they're not very gay friendly in those countries. I personally would never want to be gay in a country like Iran. So I can't speak on what they do to homosexuals or gay and lesbian and transgender folks in those countries. I can't. That's just how they are. That's their culture. They consider her unclean and she can't go back to her village. So, yeah, I remember the army. They were like, we really need female medics. We need female medics over in Afghanistan. Otherwise, I mean, you don't want to let anyone die when you have the medicine, you have the technology to allow them to live and make a full recovery. But at the same time, the price that you're paying for trying to save her life doesn't benefit her at all. She might as well have died. But I don't know how much of that was just the local Afghani culture, if that was influenced by the religion. I can't tell you. Because I haven't read anything in the Quran that would support if a woman is treated by a male who isn't related to her, she's unclean. I never read anything like that in the Quran. So I don't know if that is just based on the local cultural customs or what. I don't know. It is a war zone. I mean, let me tell you, when you learn the history of Afghanistan, that country has not known peace in a couple hundred years. You had, there's just, yeah, I mean, it's Central Asia, so it's central to any conflict that would occur. You had the British that invaded Afghanistan and took it over. Then you had the Russians. The Russians, in my opinion, did the most damage. They left all the landmines in the land. So when I was in Afghanistan, I noticed a lot of men were missing body parts. They were missing arms and legs, and it's because their arms and legs got blown off by stepping on a mine. You want to speak American, Shavonne? Well, which kind of American? Because you can get some off-the-wall accents here, too. Oh, they were not accepting in Egypt? See, Egypt is another example of what happens. Egypt started off polytheistic, so they believed in many gods. Then Christianity took over, and then everyone there identified with Christianity, and then the Muslims came in. And what's going on now, they voted Muslim Brotherhood in the political, I don't know if that's a political party, but whatever. And every Egyptian I've met from Egypt who isn't Muslim have nothing but bad things to say about what it was like to live there with Muslim majority. So that's why I'm like, whoa, folks. Gigi is transgender. Well, there's no reason for the U.S. military to go into Iran. I mean, when you learn a little bit about Afghani history, you know, you learn that the Taliban, a lot of the members of the Taliban in Afghanistan comprised of Pakistani military. So when they found Osama bin Laden in Pakistan, a few miles away from a Pakistani military academy, I personally wasn't surprised. So, Gigi's transgender. I thought she was a bona fide woman. She had the innards and the outards of a woman, so I wasn't aware that she was transgender. Are you talking about Gigi Hadid? You want a New York or LA accent. I honestly don't know what an LA accent sounds like, so please fill me in. What time is it? Oh my goodness. I just realized, holy crap. I got all these comments. Okay, what are we doing? Imagine if you had to go to Iran instead of... There's no logical reason for the U.S. military to go into Iran. We're not technically at war with them, and I wouldn't be subject to the... Even if I was in the military in Iraq or Iran, the only laws I would be subject to are the laws of the U.S. military code of justice. and not Iran laws. All Middle Eastern I find are shady. Yeah. Yeah, she is. She is? Like, what do you mean? Is she really a dude? Is Gigi a guy? Wow, I didn't really know that. Are you sure? Because she's dating Zayn Malik, and he like that. I'm like, are you sure? Iran is like living a nightmare. Yeah, she is. Ha ha ha. Are you sure she's transgender? I don't know that might be just a false rumor. You know what? When it comes to Iran, when you study the history of that country, you'll find up until like the 1970s that they were pretty modern and progressive. It wasn't until that Khomeini person took over and instituted Islam as the law of the land that it became crazy. My nephew is deployed overseas. Okay. Yeah. I can honestly say I'm glad I went to Afghanistan, but I will never ever go back. Not by choice. No, Gigi Gorgeous, a YouTuber. Oh, I thought you were talking about Gigi Hadid. That's who I thought you were talking to. I'm like, I don't think so, because her mom is on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and her sister's Bella, and she doesn't seem, and she's dating Zayn Malik. Okay, now I get it. No, Gigi Gorgeous is a YouTuber. Okay, now I don't know who Gigi Gorgeous is, but now I know you're not talking about Gigi Hadid, and that's the only Gigi I know of. All right, okay, I get it now. Okay, well, I was going to keep talking about what I want to talk to about anyway. Yeah. What was I? But, oh, yeah, I'm glad you clarified what Gigi you were talking about. Because I thought I'm like, I don't think that's a man. Whew. Oh, wow. Yikes. No, haha, I'm laughing. Yeah, you had me like, I was worried. You are amazing. I'm in bits. Oh my gosh. You know what? I have been mukbanging for almost 4 hours. Because I started at 12:30. 1:30. 2:30. Okay, sorry. I've been almost 3 hours. This is a long time. I was Army. I served in the Army and I grew up Air Force because my dad was in the Air Force and then I served in the Army. A lot of my family on my dad's side are military all the way. I have so many family members in the military. On my dad's side. My mom's side, not so much. But I have cousins right now who are still in the military. They're serving. They're 3 years away from retirement. So I'm really proud that they've lasted this long because myself and two of my cousins, we all joined the military the same year. We went in 2000. I got out in 2004 and I was like, screw this. This sucks, you know? But my cousin Jocelyn and my cousin Vondra, they stayed in. And so they're 3 years away from retirement from the Air Force. I'm proud of them. They have a higher bullshit tolerance than I do. I don't deal with bullshit. Crying with laughter. Let me have some more of this wine. I don't feel like cleaning the kitchen. Here, I'm gonna put my my mayo in the refrigerator really quick. I'll be right back. Just 10 seconds. Okay, I'm back. Okay. I don't want any. This pineapple wine is so yummy. I wish it was cold. Cheers. Oh, you know what? I have been anti-Facebook. Like, I haven't logged into Facebook. I refuse to go. Only because a lot of my friends and family have been posting political things, and I just don't want to get involved in. All right, here we go. Cheers. This shot glass I got at my cousin's wedding. She got married September 5th, 2015. So she's been married for over a year now. I've been meaning to log into Facebook and congratulate her on 1 year of marriage. No, I don't. The technical thing threw it off. Yeah, that technical blurb. And to Aurora, to answer your question, no, I don't. They're not going to change. And yes, cooking does take a long time. I actually prepped everything ahead of time, thinking that it was going to save me time, and it really, oh man, everything's so messy. I can't just leave this dirty. I have to clean the entire outside, and there's bacon grease everywhere. Oh man, it's so messy. Your mother, father, and brother and nephew are Navy. Have you served in the military, Southern girl? You know what? My thoughts on military service, I'm glad I did it. I hated it, but I had to serve in order to know I hated it. And I have been benefiting from my service in the military ever since. So I don't ever regret serving in the military, but if I could do it over again, I probably would have gone Navy. Oh no, you make my night talking. I feel like I made a new friend. Oh, thank you, Fabio. Oh, isn't it weird that the social media has been able to connect people who normally would never have met in real life because of the distance? We're in completely different geological locations, and we're able to connect and communicate. It's not letting me right now. Oh God. You still have one more. Actually, I have two. You can't see this one. I have two more. See, there's one right. There's this one, which you see, and then there's this one that you can't see because I put them on the warming plate, but that's not going to do any good. So I have two pancakes left. I wish you could see like the whole griddle. But yeah, I made this part of the griddle the warming plate. Oh, excuse me. It's not letting me right now. Oh no. Oh, you're welcome, Southern Girl. Oh, maybe you're typing too much. Maybe it's got like a 100 and something character limit or something. I'm trying to figure that out. Oh, this wine tastes so good. I love wine that doesn't taste like alcohol. This does not taste like alcohol. But 13.5% alcohol. But it is definitely potent. I gotta clean the kitchen. And it's almost 3 o'clock here. Sometimes you feel lucky that you're not born in a war zone country. Oh, yeah. Aurora, are you, you know what? All the people who complain about living in the United States, I am very quick to tell them to move the hell out then, because they have no idea how wonderful it is to live here, where you can say what you think without your government punishing you. Now, freedom of speech does not guarantee that you're still going to lose your job. That's why I'm very careful about what I say, because I still want to be employable, you know. But the freedom of speech is to protect the government from punishing people. So you can criticize the president of the United States. You can criticize your government, and you don't have to worry about being put in jail or tortured or killed. I mean, that is the freedom of speech. I love it. But you try to explain to people who just want to complain about everything. Move to such and such country and see how you like that. Oh. No, you did not. Okay. There is no such thing as a Middle Eastern country that I'm willing to travel to. I went to Afghanistan because I was told to by the United States government, and I was government property. That's exactly when you serve in the military, like I said, you defend freedom, you don't practice it. They told me to go, I went. I will never set foot in a Middle Eastern country ever again in my entire life. I have no interest in going over there. Peace be with you. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm going to stay here. I don't understand why people who love that want to move here, but again, I know that battery. Oh, hopefully I won't drink it all at the party. That's why I'm not doing a mukbang tomorrow, y'all, so don't be looking for it. I know I normally do one on Fridays, but I'm going to be cooking japchae for a party I'm going to tomorrow night. So I want to make sure I'm well rested, and I want to make sure I get the dish cooked. But if there's any of that, excuse me. If there's any soju left, excuse me. Man, I keep hiccuping. If there's any soju left over from that party, I will drink a couple of shots during my mukbang on Monday. Oh, hiccups. Oh. But Fabio, it tastes like pineapple. It's not lethal if it tastes like pineapple. I could have drank this whole, I could finish the rest of this off because the pineapple taste is much stronger than the alcohol taste. But I gotta clean this up. I got a kitchen to clean now. Because I need to be in bed by 4 o'clock at least. Okay? I should have stopped this 50 minutes ago, but what time is it? Get my knuckle. Yeah, it's almost 3 o'clock. I gotta stop this live stream. I wish I could talk longer. I really wish I could. But I gotta go. I gotta clean the kitchen, put my weekend meal away. It's really, try that okonomiyaki. Okonomiyaki just one cookbook. That's the recipe I follow. Check it out, make it at home. You know what I say? If you don't have certain restaurants in your area, you can replicate the dish at home. You really can. Especially if you know how to read. There's a series of cookbooks I've been wanting to buy, and it's made by some guy goes around to famous American fast food restaurants, and he goes home and he figures out how to replicate that recipe. And he has like 13 cookbooks or something. And each of the cookbooks have all of the recipes so that you can make your favorite restaurant foods at home. And I forgot what the name of the cookbook series is. Over where? No mukbang on Friday. Today is my Friday's mukbang. I gotta cook and go to a party tomorrow, so I can't do a mukbang and cook and go to a party. I need to be able to sleep. I'm sorry, but Monday, I'll have mukbang on Monday, and make sure you watch the presidential debate, because I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to take notes while I'm watching it, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts on the candidates and what they said. It'll be interesting. I'm finally going to get involved in the election process. But I'm honestly telling you, like, no matter who wins the president, the election, we're all doomed. I'm a pessimist. I should have probably kept that to myself. Oh, that's a whole other story. That is a whole other story. Maybe I'll make a video about it, but I don't like to talk. I generally stay away from serious topics just because I don't want to attract the shit starters of the world. You should get cleaners and maids to do it for me. Well, I wish I had someone who could clean this up right now. You know what I mean? But I don't, so. You'll miss me. I'll miss you too. But you'll see me on Monday. You'll definitely see me on Monday. It'll be around 11 o'clock or noonish. Mostly 11, maybe noonish. I forgot. I have to help my friend. But I'll miss you too. And I'm going to have to say goodbye. You guys have a really good weekend because I'm not going to see you for the rest of the week. And watch the presidential debate. If you live outside of the U.S., you'll most likely be able to find it streamed online on some internet. Just Google U.S. presidential debate and you'll be able to find a website that's streaming it live. You Spy Cheerios? That's not mine. I don't eat Cheerios. You hardly spend... What? I spent like 3 hours with you, Aurora.